I mean, listen, there's no need to get in a frenzy and start panicking about what's going to happen to Topps and Panini. They are worth almost $18 billion right now, okay? $18 billion, okay? They know what they're doing. The best thing to do right now is nothing. But all of a sudden, they wake up today and they're like, wow, we're in a pretty strong position. They will certainly take a big financial hit from losing the MLB license. Topps isn't done, all right? All right, welcome back to another episode of the Powers Sports Memorabilia Show. I am your host, Matt Powers. Thank you again for joining me. Please visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. And also give me a follow over there on Instagram at Powers Autographs. Well, Fanatics has agreed to be the exclusive licensee holder with MLB and the MLB Players Association to produce sports cards and a potential one on the way with the NFL and NBA. Now, listen, I'm going to keep this video brief. I mean, nobody has, time to hear the same information over and over and over again. If you want more details on the deal, there are plenty of articles out there to read online, so go check those out if you need more information on it here. But here's what we're going to talk about today, okay? Number one, why we need to calm the heck down, all right? And number two, how does this affect Upper Deck? And number three, the future of Topps and the sports card hobby in general. All right, first off, number one, let's talk about calm down, people, okay? I mean, gosh, Instagram was just absolutely insane with, everybody, chiming in on everything, and everybody had the same take over and over again. At least most people did. I mean, listen, there's no need to get in a frenzy and start panicking about what's going to happen to Topps and Panini and the sports card market in general, okay? Just like Aaron Rodgers said, relax, okay? Take a deep breath. There's nothing you need to do today, okay? You don't need to start buying Topps sealed wax. You don't need to start buying up every single Topps rookie card out there, okay? So just chill out. Let's see how this deal plays out, okay? We don't even have all the details yet, so just chill out, all right? And there's so many Fanatics haters out there too. I mean, listen, they wouldn't be as successful as they are without having great systems in place for quality control and customer service. They are worth almost $18 billion right now, okay? $18 billion, okay? They know what they're doing, all right? They're a very smart company. And get this, I mean, we've all seen on Panini's, Instagram and all that kind of stuff, and everybody complaining about redemptions and all this kind of stuff. I mean, MLB and NFL and NBA, they're watching. They see all this stuff, right? They see all this stuff going on with customer service. And, that's the last thing they want is their brand to take a hit. And so they want to make sure that they're working with the right people who have systems in place to help avoid these customer service issues. And Fanatics has some great, systems in place for that. I've been working with them for, almost 8 years now. And yes, they can be expensive. I will definitely give you that. But for me, the telling part about how good a company is what they do when a mistake happens. How do they respond? And in my experience, with the occasional issues with them over the years, I mean, there are issues. They do pop up every now and then. They've always stepped up and done, what's right. They do everything they can to try to make it right. And for me, that's really all that you're looking for when you're working with a company. Say, hey, listen, there's a problem here. How do we fix it? What's the next move? And my experience with them, they've always been very good at doing that. I mean, we don't even know if, Fanatics is going to be printing the cards or doing it under some other brand or having them printed up. I mean, we just have so little details right now. So the best thing to do right now is nothing. Don't do anything and just enjoy the craziness of others. I mean, I thought I was watching Bobby Knight, making all those funny game faces, watching everyone talk about this deal tonight on Instagram. I mean, my gosh, it was just like everybody was just running into Instagram and it live, and it was just absolutely bonkers there. But there was some actual good takes here, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second. But listen, I do know that Fanatics has proven themselves to the NFL, NBA, and MLB over the years as a solid licensee holder, and manufacturing of their products. Okay, again, they know what they're doing and they know how to make a quality product. Let's give them a chance. Let's see how this goes, where it goes. Give it a few years because this deal is not going to kick in for a couple years. And, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, having one licensee holder is definitely the way to go for the leagues. They love that. Very easy to manage. All right, number 2, how does this affect Upper Deck? Now, if you haven't had a chance to go watch Patrick Ryan's IG Live video from August 19th, okay, so at the P. Ryan Collection, I would definitely go watch that. There's very good information there. Some of this info I'm going to be piggybacking from him, but I think he brings up a very few solid points here. Upper Deck has exclusive autograph deals with guys like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Wayne Gretzky. I mean, those are big time names, huge names. I mean, the biggest in their respective sports, arguably. Upper Deck would be a wise purchase for Fanatics to gain access to all of those athletes. For the card market, it would be tremendous, as Jordan and LeBron autographed cards could be inserted into packs again. Should Fanatics get that NBA license, which it looks like they are. The Exquisite brand could come back. Everybody loves that. You've seen those LeBron cards go for millions of dollars from the Exquisite brand. It would be a relatively cheap purchase for Fanatics, I would imagine. And, with tremendous upside. They would also be able to offer more autograph merchandise from the Upper Deck exclusive athletes and make their own Fanatics style autograph items. You've seen they have those spotlight images that they like to do, and they've got a bunch of other stuff there. So, I'm a big fan of what they do autograph-wise. I deal with them all the time with autograph signings too. So they've got that market understood, and they know how to make a quality autograph product. They would also gain access to the NHL license that Upper Deck currently holds to make cards, all right? So that would give Fanatics the ability to make cards for all 4 major sports. And, I know hockey cards aren't as sexy as the 3 other sports, but hockey cards are still, very relevant in the United States and also in Canada. And, Upper Deck is, they're currently sitting in a pretty strong position. I mean, imagine, Upper Deck over the last few months and few years, you really kind of haven't really heard too much about them making any noise about doing it. They just been kind of like, kicking along there, making their hockey cards and doing kind of LeBron signings every now and then, a Jordan signing maybe every now and then. But all of a sudden they wake up today and they're like, wow, we're in a pretty strong position here to, potentially, get bought out by another big player there. So will this happen? I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Upper Deck. All right, number 3, how should Topps respond and what's the future of the sports card hobby look like? Topps, I am assuming, has known this was coming since they were given an opportunity to match the offer Fanatics made. I'm assuming they've been, trying to make some plays behind the scenes. What those are, I have no idea, and I'm not going to speculate on those and waste your time here, right? But, let's not forget, Topps has plenty of other revenue streams with, the UEFA Champions League, Star Wars, Formula One, and they've got some other entertainment brands, all right? So while, they will certainly take a big financial hit from losing the MLB license, Topps isn't done, all right? Everyone just calm down. Topps isn't going anywhere. Now, might they be purchased by someone bigger than them? I mean, who knows? But the Topps brand name has tremendous value. I mean, think of all the, top baseball and basketball cards that are out there right now that have been selling for huge numbers, right? Like, those are Topps cards. Mickey Mantle you're thinking about. You're thinking about the Topps Chrome rookie cards and all that kind of stuff. LeBron James rookie cards and Topps. I mean, these are huge names associated with the Topps brand. I mean, they've been making baseball cards for, almost 70 years now. I mean, I don't think it's really time to panic for Topps either. I think that, they've obviously are dealing with a big blow here, but Fanatics is valued at 18 times more than them, all right? Again, $18 billion company compared to Topps is $1 billion. It's hard to fault Topps, to lose to them on a licensing deal. Topps just has to continue to do what is working for them. The revenue was up almost 80% this year. Again, losing the MLB license is going to be a big blow to that number here. But this may open some doors up for Topps to move into different areas. Change is hard, but in some cases, if change can be taken as a challenge, it can turn into a huge positive influence on a business. I mean, I can't tell you, how many different times I've had to change the products I sell, or change the way I sell it, or how I sell it. I mean, business is always changing. Every month is different. Every day is different. It's just crazy. But as the old saying goes, you kind of have to live life like a loose garment, right? You just got to kind of go where the flow takes you. And companies that are innovative and open to new business ideas, they almost always make a comeback. As our friends at Cherries Collectibles said on Instagram, they're a sports card shop down there in Australia, and a great follow, by the way. If you're really into sports cards, you probably already know who they are, but if you're not, you should check them out on Instagram at Cherry Collectibles. What does this mean for the future of sports cards? They made a post about that. It's too early to tell, but when a billion-dollar company takes over the industry, that means there will be a big future for sports cards. The hobby isn't going anywhere. You see all these people talk about, the hobby's going to tank. We're in the junk slab era. We might be in the junk slab era, but the hobby's not going anywhere. Like I said, Fanatics has the ability to see 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. And they know what they're doing, and I trust in Fanatics. Boy, I wish they were a publicly traded company. I would be buying stock up in them as much as I can. And it's funny you mentioned stock. Is I actually had my Topps stock. I had an option to actually sell like a day ago. I got an email from my financial advisor on it, and this is before I knew any of this stuff was going down. And I told him, I was like, no, we're keeping Topps. Topps is on the way up, and it might still be. I don't know. It was a pretty cheap buy, but again, and that's another thing to watch, is see what happens with Topps stock. See what happens if they actually do that merger with that SPAC. We'll see what happens there. But anyway, chill out, everybody. Everything's going to be fine in the sports card hobby. It's going to be great. We'll all adjust, and we'll all be just fine. All right. So enjoy what's going on. This is some exciting times, some fun times. But you just know that, hey, listen, you're going to have to change the way you do some things, the way you collect, the way you buy. Sports card shops, they may not get as much product now. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens with those. Definitely got to keep those around. I love sports card shops. I love going in there and chopping up with the owners and buying stuff and whatnot. So we'll see what happens with them. But again, everything's going to be fine. We'll all adjust and be okay. Again, hope you guys like this episode. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Definitely always appreciate it. Visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also give me a follow over there on Instagram at Powers Autographs. And I will see you on the next episode.